would you say I killed the Jordan Love pick? I don't think I did. I was wondering why.
You didn't love it.
Well, I mean, I didn't love it because you do have a window of opportunity to win right now, and that's when you have to go ahead and take advantage of your quarterback who's 36, and you've got a ton of talented wide receivers. You don't take one after the first round, which makes it more head-scratching that you didn't stay put at 30 and try to take somebody that you think you've got a high second-round grade on at the end, and you get a 1 year of extra control so Aaron Rodgers could maybe play with the guy till he's 41. And if Jordan Love starts winning games in 2022 and 2023 and they look as good as the Packers did in the first 2 years of Aaron Rodgers starting after Favre, then this is all crow that I'd be eating right now. I know, right? It doesn't matter. And they have every right to do it, and I think maybe you're looking over the steering wheel and you're making smart moves. So that's my take on it. They may have fallen head over heels in love with him, and that's what you need to do. I've said it over and over again. I want to be consistent that if he's your guy, you go get your guy, and it doesn't matter what you do to get your guy, because when it's all said and done, you forget about how you got the guy. And then, again, the rest of their draft is what makes it more the head scratcher that you take another player to back up another Aaron on your team. And the running back with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, along with Josiah DeGuara, the tight end out of Cincinnati, where Travis Kelce went to school. These are guys that you could maybe add some firepower. If this guy DeGuara is a Kyle Juszczyk guy and Dillon adds a 1-2 punch and the running game is just as stout with Dillon with Aaron Jones, and then that will help things out and the offensive line gets shored up. But again, no wide receivers. And I did see a stat on Twitter today that we'll bring up later on about the number of first-round receivers catching touchdown passes in Aaron Rodgers' career. Did you see that on Twitter today?
I did not.
Stay tuned for that. So, put it all together, and it's a head-scratcher. It really, really is. But it doesn't mean that they can't win it this year at all. I mean, this is, again, if we're going to keep talking about how the Niners were 6 minutes shy of winning the Super Bowl, we should talk about the Packers being 1 game shy of making it. And they made it almost as the 1 seed. And they made it almost as the 1 seed without Davante Adams. And the coach and the quarterback didn't have any sort of public spats that many of us, I was one of them that thought that Aaron Rodgers would be difficult for Matt LaFleur to connect with in his first year as a head coach, period. But I say all this to just bring up this point. Any rumors that Aaron Rodgers is going to be traded right now is friggin' nuts. I'm seeing a bunch of articles post-draft. Sure. Veterans that could be on the move. Veterans to watch to be on the move.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He's going nowhere.
It would be a massive cap hit for them to move him now or after this season.
Forget about even the monetary aspect of it, which obviously we can't.
Is a huge factor.
Right. But even put that all together, the Jordan Love evaluation, the evaluation of Jordan Love to a man, and again, we'll ask Greg Cosell in about 5 minutes, to a man, woman, and if there was even a child who was evaluating this, would tell you that Jordan Love, especially last year at Utah State, his numbers dropping off. He said when he was on our show the day of the draft, the day he was drafted by the Packers, that was the most often asked question he received was what happened last year, because his numbers dropped off in his final year at Utah State from the previous year when he was much more dynamic and much more efficient with a lot fewer interceptions and turnovers. And his answer was, just had to be better. And anybody who evaluated can tell you the talent around him wasn't as significant.
Right.
And coaching, blah, blah, blah. Greg Cosell, again, will bring that up shortly. But not a single person said if Jordan Love's drafted, he's a day one starter, week one starter. Nobody. The only day one starter flat out drafted in the 2020 draft is Joe Burrow. Not even Tua. The conversation about Tua is with the Dolphins is, hey, they could take their time. Certainly if he needs more time to rehab from his hip injury, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick. You got the anti-tank. You got the guy who's, honestly, like a guy who would be playing in the NFL in the Mad Max post-apocalyptic world. He'll always be getting a start in the NFL as long as he wants one.
No doubt about that.
So they could stick there, and Justin Herbert is clearly not going to start for the Los Angeles Chargers in week one. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor's job because that's what the Chargers have been saying. And nobody in what's going on in our COVID-19 world is going to get the reps and OTAs and training camp that would take a rookie and give him a platform from which to actually compete for a starting job with a lead pipe wielding longtime professional like Ryan Fitzpatrick or Tyrod Taylor. Not going to happen. Joe Burrow's just going to get the gig in Cincinnati. Jordan Love's not. I don't understand where that Aaron Rodgers could be traded or Belichick's going to get Aaron Rodgers. Not on this green earth.
Well, it's just Twitter doing the Twitter thing.
No, I understand, but it's a ton of it. And there's a lot of fans who are thinking, well, the Packers are drafting Aaron Rodgers' successor, so that automatically makes him expendable. And it doesn't at all.
It doesn't for 2 years.
Well, what it does is give him the runway from which to make the Packers' decision in 2022 a very troublesome one in the same way that Tom Brady did with Jimmy G. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
And Jordan Love could turn into Jimmy G and all of this conversation we're having right now, the head scratcher this, head scratcher that. It's just the first round grade, and it's the trading up to get him. That's what got me. That's what got me. That's what getting a lot of people. But I'm not sitting here saying that Aaron Rodgers is suddenly expendable. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, just compared to the Patriots, just one other step. They've drafted a ton of quarterbacks in the Tom Brady era. None in the first round. So that's why it's such a red flag here. The first round, like you said, and then the trading up. That's, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, that's got to annoy me to no end.
And then the not calling.
You're not connecting.
Not calling. Prior. That has been confirmed. Yeah. The not connecting after could be seen as, well, he's not,
It's a voicemail.
Yeah. Putting Gutekunst straight to voicemail, unless they didn't reach out at all to him. And I don't know the answer to that, and I would love to get Brian Gutekunst on the show to talk about it.
We'll find out at some point. That stuff leaks.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.